Welcome to the Daily App Show iPad edition. Today we're going to take a look at Battle for Wesnoth, which is a iPad and iPhone game that has been ported over officially from the Mac and PC game, the very popular Mac and PC game Battle for Wesnoth. So this game is an RPG, a war RPG, very intense, and nothing was spared in putting together this app from what you would be used to if you've played the Mac or the PC version. So over here we have our preferences. We can go into campaign, we could do a skirmish or multiplayer. What's cool is that it is integrated with OpenFeint, of course, for the iPhone and iPad, and you could even sync saves. So perhaps maybe you're playing this game not only on your iPhone but your iPad, maybe even over on your Mac or your PC, and you can sync saves along and just start your game right where you left off, which is awesome. I really like that because there are many other apps and games out there where if you have the iPad and the iPhone version, you have to start over new games on each device, which kind of defeats the purpose. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's just go in and I want to show you how this works. You can go in and play a campaign. You can start off with a gameplay tutorial, which I recommend that you do even if you have played the Mac or the PC version, because it is a lot different as far as the way that movement takes place. You know, you're not using a mouse, you're using obviously the touch of your finger. So let's go into the South Guard and hit OK. And I'm going to start off as a civilian just to keep things easy. So I can skip this or go on to the next slides. Let's just hit skip. So down at the bottom we have basically our scenario, what's going on. We just tap to move along. You get also some help down here as well. Alright. So we can scroll around just to see what we've got going on here. You can see here the shaded area. We cannot make it that far in one turn into that shaded area, so we can only move so far in this game. Different players can move different distances. So let's tap down here and get him closer to the river fort. There's only certain things you could do on one turn. Now that I have moved, you can see that he cannot move. This little shaded area is really close now. So I would end my turn, and then of course our guy that we're trying to defeat here would get his turn as well. So you also want to go, let's go in and all right. So a lot is built into the story here. So this game is not a really fast-paced game, but most RPGs aren't. This game is very, very in detail. You can also tap and get a menu. You can see up here we have all of our personal belongings. We've got our gold and our life and everything, so we could recruit. So perhaps I would want to recruit a bowman. I need to have a leader. Now when you take over these different spots, you can see that we have a red flag, red and white flag there. That is ours. Down here below you can see that we've got blue flags. Those are, of course, been taken over by the person we're trying to defend, the guy we're trying to defend, or defeat, sorry. So what we need to do, of course, is keep them from getting those, because healing takes place in those spots as well. So when you fight, and you can see your little power bar next to each player. When one of them gets damaged, you want to send them to one of those little village or huts in this case, so that you can of course have healing take place. Alright, so I do believe I'm out of moves, so I'll go ahead and end my turn. Now, one neat thing here, if I make an incorrect move, the menu up top here allows me to do multiple things. I can recall, there's also an undo that will show up here, so perhaps I make a move and I didn't like that move. Simply go and undo it, and I can start over again. I can tap on him, and you can see that the area still is allowing me to move about. So that is a nice feature for people like me when playing these games who make a move and realize that I didn't do exactly what I originally had wanted to. So down here is where we've got our guys we're going to end up fighting, and so I can send some of these guys down here, hopefully not too close, so I have a chance to fight before they have a chance to get to me. I'd like to just show you really quick before we end this demo what a battle looks like. Of course, they got to make the attack first because it was their turn. So there are different kind of attacks that you can make, and you can see I have icons showing up on top of my players, which means that I could potentially lose those players if I don't attack correctly. So here are the different attacks that I can have. Some of them have more damage than others, but some of them are safer to do than others. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that and let him have it. Looks like I received more damage than I inflicted. So they sent a guy with more life up to get me. So you strategically want to make sure you're using your weapons appropriately so that you don't end up losing characters. And I was defeated there. So this is a very fun game, can be very time consuming, but what's nice is it's available on the iPad and on the iPhone, so you can sync those games up. If you've played this game on the Mac or the PC before, I think you're really going to love it. It's a great RPG experience, so I really recommend that you check out Battle for Wesnoth in the App Store today.